This video is going to introduce and discuss the concept of early specialisation within sport. Early sport specialisation is intense training in one sport while excluding the others. A number of factors can influence the specialisation of a child in a single sport at a young age. For example, the desire the parents have to give their child the edge, labelling youth as talented at an early age. In an earlier video, we talked about what talent is. Well, whatever talent is, it is certainly a contributing factor to early specialisation of children in sports. The sporting goods and services industry is another factor. Boot and glove sponsorships that come with scholarships and professional playing contracts all influence early specialisation of players in sports. In some sports, early specialisation is completely necessary. For example, gymnastics, where expert performance is required prior to puberty. Law conducted a study that looked at gymnasts that made it to an elite level. Olympic gymnasts took part in less than 2 sports between the ages of 6 and 12, whereas lower skilled gymnasts competed in 3 or more sports. Both Olympic and international athletes started practice around the age of 6. However, by the age of 16, the Olympic level gymnasts had completed 3 times more deliberate practice than the international level gymnasts, and therefore reported lower levels of enjoyment, more injuries, and lower physical health when compared to the international level gymnasts. In the majority of sports, it has been shown that specialisation in sports pre-puberty to achieve elite status is unnecessary. Early specialisation only brings problems such as increased risk of injury, burnout, quitting sports altogether, and higher levels of psychological stress. While some level of specialisation is necessary to achieve elite or professional status, early specialisation comes with risks. Farstad has stated that early specialisation of children in sports may cross the line of child exploitation, and that maybe a minimum age of early specialisation should be introduced. Early sports specialisation might also be seen as child labour. While physical activity is essential for healthy development and growth, it is not understood by adults that early intensive training can have harmful consequences to those involved, particularly the children, not to mention the aspects of education, family life, rest and leisure that are affected by this intense training. The 10,000 hours theory has been thrown about in recent years. Malcolm Gladwell, a popular psychology writer, came up with an idea. In order to become world-class in anything from music to sport, 10,000 hours of deliberate practice is needed. Outliers was a book by Gladwell that talks about the 10,000 hour rule and corrects the typical American thought that anyone can be president if they work hard enough. He brings together different concepts that go with the 10,000 hour rule. For example, legacy, opportunity, and taking advantage of opportunities. Even with 10,000 hours of effort, an individual may never see success if the right opportunities are not available. Abu Odeh conducted a review of this book, and they discussed that opportunity does open doors, but the choices and actions of the individuals leads to advantages. These advantages in turn underlie success. At the end of the spectrum to early specialisation, early diversification has been identified as the ideal way for youngsters to take part in sport. While the goal of early specialisation is to maximise the development of skills in one sport and excluding other sports to enhance the chance of competing at the highest possible level, early diversification is all about encouraging children to take part in as many sports as possible, whether through unstructured, unsupervised play, or just attending training in a number of different sports. Sports should be kept fun, especially for children and young adults, recognising the fact that elite status is only gained by a very few number of athletes. And sports at this age should be about the social factor, meeting friends and having fun rather than making it serious.
Created using Powtoon.